Hello, nerds. It's that shitty time of the year again. I haven't had the best of days today, and I know it's about to get a lot worse. But let's try to enjoy ourselves, shall we? I believe, yeah, today's daily was for the doctor. I remembered I want to do another bit of recording, and yeah, I figured why not? Let's just start it now. Do I not have any survivor pudding left? That's a shame. Because like, I was in a bit of a rush for eating today because I had a couple things I needed to do. So I'm also eating some chicken for myself. It's nothing particularly special, but it's good. I'll make sure that you don't hear any of the gross noises I make. I'm not gonna lie, I think I outdid myself with the chicken. I'm always hesitant to play this game now because people have just been such massive assholes. Like, maybe it would be nice to like have like a sort of mini vacation, you know? Go somewhere nice, enjoy some fun activities, and why do I feel sleepy? I don't know what's going on. Maybe a recording's a bad idea now that what happened? Last thing I remember was enjoying some food, good chicken. What's going on? Wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you'd nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from, or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that, despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? Need a minute? Or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute. We got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Well, not now, Ocean. Sorry, Dweeb, can we continue? Please go on. Okay, then. As I was... As I was saying... You look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit. A stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other... Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Yeah. We're gonna fuck off. You run away from this wretched sight, and begin to run, But the beach, it's endless. Despite how far you run, you get nowhere. Exhausted, you stop and look behind you, your footsteps erased by soft blue waves. You turn inland, considering your lack of options. You've got no choice but to walk into the brush. However, the beauty of the beach is not shared by the darkness of the palmy woods before you. There's nothing inviting about that shadowy forest. Terror freezes you in your steps. Why are you trying to run away? This is paradise! You're here to enjoy yourself, don't you know? Have a little bit of fun! Take charge of your own experience. Well, that was sure weird, that voice again. Do oceans normally talk? Your memory isn't right, but you're pretty sure you remember learning as a child that oceans do not speak directly to people in spooky terms. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation, as you feel something soft bump into your foot. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there, next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please? You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground. Hold on, I think I have something to check for calendars. Is it that day again? Is it that horrible, awful, terrible day again? Hold on. I need to be sure of this. April 1st. God damn it! No! Not a... Why? You know, once, just once, I'd like to have April 1st be just a normal day where nothing happens. Just one fucking time! God damn it. Me doing everything I can to pretend that I am not subjugating myself to this. 4 gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. This just feels like... this feels like a fucking... like they're jumping for a photo shot. It's like, okay, 3, 2, 1. Each of them oozes with undead energy. A magical aura reaching out and penetrating you. Via your eyes. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity. Fear. Desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed... let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. Hello? These are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at the monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. What do you do? They blink. I just noticed they blink. You stand, frozen, in complete silence. It's... Can I be honest with you? It's kind of a weird move. It's as if you truly don't care that someone asked you politely. You're doing you, despite how much of a weirdo or just a jerk it might make you look like. Clearly you don't even care. Is this some kind of display of confidence? Sheer awkwardness. You feel judged, but you're not sure how. Spirit cuts the silence with a giggle as she quickly swallows when she sees that it caught your attention. Huntress jogs over to collect the ball from the ground next to you before heading back to the volleyball court with everyone else. Except for Spirit. She's really staring you down, her expression hardening as you watch her. The longer you hold her gaze, the more angry she seems to become before turning with a huff and floating off to join the others. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their clearly private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way. And nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared! Don't be scared, dweeb! You were made for this! Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Regret. All the regret in the world. It seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. It's like, you derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit! And I guess you're also a nitwit now. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? That was Wraith. That sign means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? You know you can't. At least, not yet. Oh, yeah. Not yet! Hey, dweeb, you might want to, you know, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. I have a bad feeling about this. Am I going to be able to voice a fucking thing? This is a time quiz, and it will be very important later. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one, I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? I'm pretty average, I think. Just another face in the crowd, another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think you're quite cute myself. Like a chipmunk. Or a grizzly bear. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Flying? Flight for sure. Technically, I suppose I can fly. Honestly, it's not all it's cracked up to be. As far as I go, I'm still not where I want to be. What was your best subject in school? Math. Definitely math. Skipping class! It's the only thing that makes sense when you think about it. What's your favorite animal? Doggo. Don't mind me, I'm just stewing in regret here. What's your favorite color? 3-day-old corpse. Blue isn't good for productivity. Makes people want to be lazy. What's your dream job? If I had to pick the coolest thing I could think of, it would be astronaut. That's kind of awesome. I'd probably fucking die, but it's kind of awesome. It's hard to imagine being farther away from anyone than floating in space. The cold, inky vastness of nothing forever. Best flavor of ice cream! Horse flesh. My favorite flavor is pain! Same. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. Pain is not a flavor! I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second. This reminds me. I am right! Always! It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. We're teaching lessons now, narrator? You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices! Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Mint chip, I guess? So obedient! I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to get started getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. You want to know what a loser is? Say hello to Wraith. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I'm gonna have a nasally voice because I can't think of anything else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. No, wait, I'm remembering Spirit's story now. That's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body! I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it! Only sometimes. Ew, really? That's disgusting! That's why she likes it! Don't speak for me, I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever... For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead! Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat docked nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth, the way it's flaunted needlessly, and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? That's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at right there. I'm tired. And besides, I hate being out in the sun. Where do you want to go? So what is it? Yacht, beach, volleyball, or indoors? Call me weird, I do like a good game of volleyball. I hate that I interrupted your game. You should finish it. Yay, I love to play outdoors. I can't think of anything. I can't think of jack shit, I'm sorry. I also love to meet new people. I also love to bring them home to play. I'm sort of a big kid at heart. Obviously you are too. I like you already. I hate people who are too serious. They ruin everything. Well, they do if you don't handle them. Swiftly! Who are these jerkbags? It's like, hold on, for just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors, with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time. So very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that's starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our jobs. The most you could do is help us get off this Dwight! Yes, pardon me. Please, follow us. Hey, narrator? Yes? Something I could help you with. Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just mention to something? Did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape? Them? Oh, no. I think you're mistaken. It seemed like Dwight was asking to help to get off the island, though. Oh, right, that. Yes, that's true. He was. But he just meant that he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway. A couple miles south of here. It has fancier accommodations than this island. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter, mostly. When I agree with them. Not like that other island. So what do it be? I kind of said I was going to be volleyball. Didn't I? Pretty sure I did. Wow. It's so exciting to have someone else into athletics on the island. Spirit and Wraith are so boring and Trevor is so predictable, relying on brute strength to win games. He has no respect at all for grace and skill. Thank goodness you didn't choose the yacht. What kind of a person wants to be a sitting duck in the middle of the ocean? You're just asking for a sneak attack from an elk. Wondered how long it would take for her to bring up an elk attack. Game's starting up again. Make sure you're watching close. She's really something, huh? Elk don't swim. Live in the forest long enough and you'll see an elk swim, believe me. Cheer for me, cute stuff. The killers resumed their place on the volleyball court and resumed the match they were playing before you arrived. Hey, fancy a lemonade? I see you working up a thirst eyeing those bouncy buns playing volleyball. Phrasing, maybe? Claudette hands you your lemonade. Ooh, so fresh, so tart. She leans in and whispers in your ear. Who would you bet on to win, Who's the MVP of your little heart? You're nervous. You don't want any of these killers to hear you talking about them. Or not talking about them if they're into that sort of thing. Just pick someone, please. It's not like we got all day, night, week, month, year, lifetime, eternity, or anything. Who put sand in that guy's... Wait. Who put sand in that guy's shorts? Chase. Okay, I think, I don't know. I don't care that much. Oh shoot, Huntress overheard you! What is even happening? I'm flattered that you think I'm good, but honestly, I'm a little annoyed that I've been so flashy with my moves. Usually I'm so sneaky you can barely see me at all. Huntress is totally kicking my butt. Correct answer. I'm allowed to support the other people on this island, right? Oh, jeez, I have no idea what the rules are. Are there rules? I should have stayed in my secret Larry! My secret Larry! Wow. What a game? It's a tie. Can there be a tie in volleyball? No one knows, since this is everyone's first time playing. These killers don't usually have time for team sports amid their busy schedule of brutally tearing survivors to shreds. Hey, is Claudette crying? Are you okay, Claudette? Probably just shedding a tear for her lost fellow survivors. You know, this resort had 4 employees when it opened. It's nothing. I'm totally fine. Whatever you say, boy. Like, whatever you say, boss. Oh, look, the killers have dispersed and are all cooling down in their own way. Spirits reading a novel, Trapper is stretching sensually in between chainsaw curls, Wraith is standing on the beach desperately hoping that the sand will swallow him up, Huntress is doing some target practice with her bloodied hatchet. Feel a nudge. Dwight is looking at you expectantly. You should really make a move. Life is short. You could get snuffed out at any time of the day. Carpe diem, carpe PM, carpe him now. Go ahead, chat, move him up. So, which killer has caught her? We're just gonna go full muscle mama, I guess. I just want to get through a day. You head over to Huntress. After all, this whole sporty hangout thing was her idea. Might as well see how she's doing. You were really great out there. Where'd you learn to move like that? Whose moves? My moves? Their move? These moves? Oh, they're nothing. Huntress blushes a bit from beneath her mask. It's cute on cute, if you ask me. Sometimes you gotta look past the bloodstains, you know? A lot of men have run for their lives in my presence. You really learn a lot about what the human body is capable of in those types of scenarios. I love to exercise. In a way, we're all running for our lives when we keep in shape. I guess I never thought of fitness that way. Maybe it's time to start. You never know who's coming for you through the brush as fast as they can, propelled forward by hunger, desperation, or just plain old boredom. Doesn't seem like boredom is going to be a problem surrounded by all these characters. Survival, on the other hand, you're going to need to compensate for your lack of a killer instinct. What's your style? Imagination. What I lack for in fitness, I try to make up for in imagination. I like to make up little games for myself to play. My imagination is very vivid. I can imagine the two of us panting, sweating, our clothes torn. I'm with you. Our hands gripping the sheer face of a cliff's rock wall as we climb. Not exactly where I was going, but sure. Up to a cavern entrance, a dark cave slick with dew, shimmering in moonlight. I'm back with you. A pack of wolves awaiting us. Friends, enemies, dinner! We look into each other's eyes, back the wolves, and together we all howl! Oh! Sure sounds exciting. My blood is pumping just thinking about it. Come on, everyone! The fun and games can't be over already. I get it. Volleyball, not ruthless enough. Look at us. We crave action. We crave excitement. We crave the thrill of the hunt. It's time to see if our friend here has the hunter's instinct. I saw you surveying me like prey on the volleyball court, dweeb. Is dweeb the best name for this? The game's not as aggressive against you as I thought it would be. Huntress waves a bloody axe in the air and you step back nervously before you realize she's not waving it at you. She's giving it to you. Don't worry, I've got several of these. It's important to hone your skills, especially when you're in a new place where threats may lurk around every corner. You need to make sure that you are the biggest threat of all. Just don't aim those things at me. Can't even see me. Minigames consist of 2 parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction. And on the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. Sometimes the target is immediately visible, sometimes it's hidden until the pointer arrives. Press the spacebar to stop the pointer while over the target to win. Fail to land on the target and you lose. To achieve perfect success, land on the start of the target area, not the end. So we're just doing generators. Okay. Perfect! Yippee skippy! We're having fun tonight. Alright, space, right? So we're just doing this for a while, huh? Bap, 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 bap. How do I not do perfect gens every time? Oh. You missed completely! Impressive! I mean, could have been better, but who's keeping score? For the record, I am. And you got 8 points. Hatchet throwing? Cool, I guess. I like my stabbing to be a bit more up close and personal. Somewhere a loud horn blows and the survivors snap into action. That was the narrator. I completely forgot the voice. Time's up! You heard him! Get to the next activity! Seems like the next activity is, mealtime? How quaint. How are the survivors the most aggressive people? You were expecting, what, capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And, oh, great! It seems terrific. Everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people, either. To start with, nobody wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraither Trickster. Oh yeah, Trickster's here! Surprise? Yeah, well, they don't call him, Expected-ster? I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there, you're looking good, dweeb. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Look, we can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Is this like a metaphor for the game? DBD? Is that what's going on here? Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them sit opposite of you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous sexy arms. Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite! Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts. You need to murder something to eat its meat. So that's, like, technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true! Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Hey, Tweeb. You thinking what I'm thinking? There's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Several parts of overlapping people, perhaps? I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know. You can look closely at the spit. You spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal. Wow, he's right for a change. 'Cause I am, with my products. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. Get your products today. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood! Oh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough. Grow up! Obviously, the katana is the only option. Obs. The hell it is!
I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like.
Please stop. Please. I hate when we fight. Or talk. Or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azarov. Great. Instead of slicing it, you can club it to a second death. Hey, dweeb, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean dinner! Otherwise this is gonna go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 straight hours. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of tetanus. Tetanus. Hey, why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea! We'd hate for it to get cold. We hated when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Meh. Is it the same instructions? You don't have to tell me again. Slice and dice. Yee. I feel like this is kind of a waste of time. Yee. Not bad. It's like, that was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Dinner is finally served. For real. They are just so fucking aggressive. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean, come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Oh, well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, dweeb. Number two is no number two. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut of my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is that they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation. What do you want to tell them? Look at that seagull! Have you ever seen a seagull so big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right, dweeb. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on this island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate real food, and you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull... Uh-oh, he just made a lot of good points. I swear, you're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive. Either that or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. Oh, hey, it's me again! Your friend, mentor, and guide! Narrator to the narrator! The ocean! Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you. Not unless you follow the right path. Or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you'll pick one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scene's over and having to fast forward back to where you are, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague. Mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. You wake up to find Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Not from the ocean, I hope. That's salt water. That's dangerous. That kills people. And I know that's not intentional because, I'm pretty sure Huntress doesn't kill people with salt water. Oh good, you're okay. Sometimes when I try and care for people, they have a way of ending up less alive than when I started, which would be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy, living person around. Usually I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's head open with a hatchet before I really get to know who they are as a person. But you're not nearly as scared or too busy writhing in pain to see me for me. You feel nervous in her arms. Not just because they're maybe crushing you a little bit, but because she's, beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, beautiful, but I was about to narrate that. Not, say it out loud as a single word like some creep. Beautiful mask. Your bunny mask. It's quite gorgeous. Nice recovery. Well, now that you're awake and talking, you gotta keep this up. Did you make it yourself? You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did. You seem so quirky and cool. You could do anything. Own an Etsy store. Be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? Huntress sighs. You can practically see the memories flickering across her eyes. But she hasn't tried to kill you yet, so that's a good sign. It's all I was ever taught to do as a young girl, so I thought it was right. Even though the mask you can see that Huntress is blushing a bit, it seems like your line of questioning has made her a little nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? She offers you jerky. Probably human jerky, but her spice game is on point because it smells good. Fuck it. We've already passed out from hunger. Fuck it. We're cannibals now! It's like, when on Murderer's Island, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry. And you can chow down on jerky sensually, right? I'd love some! After a moment of quiet chewing on what you choose to believe is definitely not human thigh meat, you decide to be bold and ask another question. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Dang, you're really going there. You do not play around, dweeb. Huntress takes a moment to think deeply before answering. I must say it's quite amusing to see this hulking bombshell get all twisted up with these personal questions. Kudos to you, dweeb. There was this one deer that looked at me quite provocatively in a clearing once. That doesn't count, does it? You hear the faintest giggle bubble out from behind Huntress's mask. You're so cute, Huntress. No, it doesn't count. Whoa, what's this? You found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. It's a hair clip. Probably left by some little girl who was playing on a beach long ago, who is definitely still alive and not at all dead. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with the hair clip. Seems like she's a little mixed up on how exactly this particular item works. Go with the flow or show off some of your knowledge of advanced humaning. These are actual options. You silly goose. You chuckle before reaching for the bag of jerky. You take the beret off and collect a lock of Huntress's hair, clipping it back into an attractive swoop. Much better! Huntress is so happy that you taught her something new about human trinkets. She touches the clip in her hair with a shy smile. I'm actually reading these words. Send help. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you, and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find out that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary. That's a new word for me. And attend each event as we scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt point was not a part of this evening's activities. That's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. I am genuinely amazed that you two accounted for that at all. Playing sick? No, no time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. What is even happening anymore? Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're again not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind on time for evening activities, and we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just runs. It's been too long. It's been too long. Just one story? But story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh god, I have no fucking idea. Oh great, we have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now! I swear, I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you. But you calmly embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time. While I was passed out. Been there, done that. Even before it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald! If you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick, and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia! Fuss and muss are back on! You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice! We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names! Who even knows any names? Not us! I renounce my name! Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody! We still gotta get started on story time, so... Dweeb, who do you think should go? Damn it, that's a name! Please pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. Bloodbath, 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 bloodbath! I mean, we've been simping hard for a Huntress at this point. Mine's as well. Huntress, I choose you! Whoa, this entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? I see that I think the same way this game does. That could be a problem. Huntress steps up to tell her story. The campfire flickers in her faraway eyes. There's a village outside the deep and ominous red wood. No child dared step foot past the threshold of thick trees and brush that separated safety from the unknown. Grown men ventured and often would never return, and the sounds that echoed out into the village were something inhuman. The women of the town told a story to the young children, hoping that it would be enough to dissuade them from curious explanation beyond the boundaries of the village. They told of a creature that lurks in the wood, half woman, half beast, singing like a siren, haunting, beautiful, her voice the last relic of her humanity. It lulls all who hear into her domain, and that precocious child near fierce soldier can escape once you are in her clutches. Those who've seen her say she wears a mask of hair stained with the blood of so many poor souls. The hatchet she wields has been brought down brutally on the skull of many an unsuspecting hunter. The nightmare doesn't end there, for what's a hungry beast to do in the frigid winters with nothing but hunter meat to live off of? It is said that the huntress, as the villagers called her, couldn't bring herself to kill the young girls she came across in the forest. I can speak. Instead, they suffered an even worse fate. Longing for a child of her own, she'd bring them back to her secluded cabin to keep them safe. She'd wrap a tight cord of rope around their necks and affix them to the wall. That way, they'd be warm. That way, they'd be out of harm's way. The huntress would even bring the girls presents. Toys she pilfered from other bodies. Masks she'd fashion out of things from the cottage. And little dolls made of grass and twigs. These toys did nothing to quell the children's fear. Within days, the girls would waste away from starvation and dehydration. For all her good intentions, the huntress never learned how to care for a human child. You see a tear creep down from underneath Huntress's mask. Suddenly, the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard fills the air. I actually never looked up from the voice. The text, genius. So, nice detail. Sleep, my darling, tiny one, tucked within your bed so tight, else the old gray wolf will come and grab you by your side. There's a brief moment of silence, and you feel the need to contribute to this stirring moment. Make a joke! Why not? That can't possibly go horrible. You stand up and clap once, then after a beat again, slowly building a dramatic group clap. Wraith stands next to you and claps. No one else does. You're clapping. It lacks energy. You must be tired. Huntress isn't interested in whatever it is you're trying to do and walks off, bored. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge on this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island. The only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby! Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Huntress approaches you. Of course you liked my story. Who wouldn't? It had everything. Cute kids, dead men, a huntress. I find that all stories are better with the sound of burning fire filling the air around you. All the smoke, however, I could do without. I'd rather eat barbecue than smell like it. Let's rinse off all that campfire with a dip in the hot tub. Yeah. Dipping in hot tubs with the huntress? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her and offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. Are we really doing this? We're really doing this, aren't we? You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're pretty sure that killer companion could handle it. Before you run off, I wanted to make something clear. You know that half-woman, half-beast I was talking about in my story? That's me. I'm her. Dear God, the twist of the century! I got that. Subtlety. Figured it out pretty quickly, actually. Oh. Well, I just wanted you to know. In case you thought... You see, I was doing a thing where I tell a story in third person, but it turns out the story was about me. Huntress's eyes leer at you from behind the mask. She had her time in the spotlight and is playing coy now. You chuckle awkwardly at Huntress's statement of the obvious. Why are you laughing? I can't help but giggle when I'm both about to die and also maybe falling in love. You can't believe how awkward this intimidating woman seems right now. It's actually kind of endearing. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly, despite your steamy company. It's a little chilly and your bare shoulders must be freezing. Let's head back to the fire and put me to bed, eh? We hate to intrude on whatever smooth moves were about to unveil themselves, but it's time for bed. Usually nighttime is when I do my best hunting. But after a day like today, even I'm pretty tuckled out. Tuckled? Yep! Will I see you tomorrow, dweeb? Only if I don't see you first. You make a cute little bow. You make a cute little bow hunt. I'm thinking bowing. You make a cute little bow hunting motion. Huntress catches the imaginary arrow you shoot in her teeth, and then bites down hard, snapping it in half. At least you'd think that's what she's doing. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm done. I'm so done. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Huntress's story of the half-human beast that abducted all those innocent children, and an attempt to save them that led to their doom. Are you a mistaken prisoner here on this island? Is this your salvation? Will it be your demise? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudia and Dwight arrive, their now familiar creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's actually a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We were prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the type you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. You don't have to explain it every time! Wait, something was different in there. I still missed something in there. This here upcoming minigame is special, perfect for the less coordinated because there is no winning or losing. Well, not technically, wherever the pointer stops at you. That's it? Alright! As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. I thought I misspoke that word. Nope, it is fuzz. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial and fix it. 98.1. Is this just DVD music? Moving on! You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time until you get sleepier. Still simping. We're still simping. Huntress appears in an instant. You really did hear her coming. She's more than happy to tell you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. Ah, yes. Meat tea, my favorite. Oh, that's a mushroom? If a Soviet lullaby doesn't work, this special mushroom tea has always done the trick. When I'm not coating the blade of my hatchet in it to ease the passing of my victims, I'm steeping it in a piping hot mug of water. Try it! You do. You finally start to feel sleepy. Except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It should still be a spooky. By now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is still undeniably odd. Really worked up a sweat watching those killers toss the ball around, eh? Trial run? I just got a achievement. That's probably going to be on the recording, thinking on it. Would it have hurt so much to go splash around in some cool ocean waves afterwards? I'm just saying. I'm out here, you know? You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Trapper is sitting beside you, sketching a portrait. Oh, you're awake! I saw you with the Huntress right before bedtime. You should know they're not what they seem. Not like me, who is obviously completely honest and trustworthy. I was out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my... Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. But since I'm here, I'd like to share two things with you. One, I don't take rejection well. Okay. Two, the first thing is very important to remember. Were you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You're not drawing stink lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing from Trapper. Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I am an easy guy to spend time with. That will make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of the scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time they wouldn't know a good time if I bit them on the ass. I mean that literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said it, fun. And if I don't pick you, remember what I said earlier? It might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some rest. Sleep. Maybe even sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to the... about 15 feet to your left. Finally alone. For real this time, maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. I forgot the voice again. What was that achievement exactly? Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, jeez, it is. It's one of those reality TV show confessional rooms where all of the contestants talk directly to the camera. I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say... Oh, I do? Okay. Attractive? Mysterious? I really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk and I had to wash her entrails off my sarafan. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer wants to spend time with tomorrow, but I will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? I don't know what to make of this. This was very silly. Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time. Major Buzzkill and Trapper. Where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, beer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I may be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. This is weird. I don't care enough to kill this person, but if anyone else wants to, I don't care enough to stop them. I might have to kill Dwight just to feel something again. I'm not really sure how to feel about Dweeb. On the one hand, everyone I've cared about met an awful fate, so it's probably good if they keep ignoring me. On the other hand, there's something about them that maybe could work out for my plan... for me? I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that used me and threw me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. Was that a single day? Are we done? Right. Just once. I'd like to have a normal April Fool's Day. Just one time, okay? I'm sorry, what the fuck is this? Is this a multiplayer game? I'm pretty sure this was advertised as a visual novel. What do you... Why do I have... Can't I just play single-player games in peace?